Welcome to Life Changes with Filippo. I'm Filippo, and today I've got an amazing interview planned for you all because there's a movie coming out called The Opus, and we'll want to find out what The Opus actually means and what it's all about, but we understand it's like the sequel to The Secret. Now, I've seen it, so I could say it's there. And I want the producer, director, and one of the featured presenters on the movie to tell us a little bit more about it. I've got Doug Vermeeren with me today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
This is so exciting because this is actually the North American premiere, or not the North American premiere, but the United States premiere, correct?
It would be. That's right.
So here you say, okay, I'm going to take all these concepts and some of these great people and put them in a film. But you didn't just do that. I think one of the interesting things about this film is that you weave a story throughout the whole film that uses examples from what people are saying, and it ties it in very nicely. And I actually thought you made me do a lot of research afterwards, because after watching the film, I thought, who was this Vincenzo Vivaldi? And I come to find out there is a Vincenzo Vivaldi, not the same Vincenzo Vivaldi. You actually made this guy up. But it was so convincing that I thought he had to have existed. So you take all this information and you come up with this concept. Tell me how that came to be.
Well, it's interesting. The story of the film obviously didn't come all at once. In fact, I'd shot a lot of segments for the film. I knew I wanted to have a story weaving through it because I wanted people to get emotionally invested in the story so that they could follow it. And my wife is oftentimes my writing partner, and you'll notice that she's also co-producer in the film. And so I had a lot of really what I thought at the time were brilliant ideas, and I'd share with her, and she'd be like, you can do better than that kind of thing, right? And so, I listened to her advice, and thank goodness I did, and I started jotting down ideas, and I remember some of my film school days and looking at all the screenwriting classes that I've taken, and so I wrote quite a few notes, and I let them percolate and was thinking about them, and interestingly enough, I had an idea that I thought was really brilliant one day, and so my wife right away asked me, well, what is it? I said, not going to tell you. I'm going to hang on to this one for a while.
Well, you were worried?
I kind of was, yeah, sure, let's be honest. And I personally really consider it quite a blessing that came from outside myself, so we're pleased.
So now you have all this information, and you've got the storyline, and your son is in it, right?
My son is in it. My daughter actually makes a cameo as an extra, and so does my mother. In fact, in the opening scene,
and your wife,
and my wife, of course, yeah. In the opening scene where my son is there on the boat, leaning on the rail, the two ladies that walk behind is my daughter and my mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But you gotta look quick.
Well, now I gotta see it again.
Now, you want to know a funny story about my son, though? Okay. Oh, this is terrible. But you'll notice through the entire film, he's wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because about 2 or 3...
A cap, like one of those foreign... Yeah.
That's right, and it looks good on him. But 2 or 3 weeks before we started shooting, his mom caught him in the bathroom, clipping his hair, and with a razor, trying to get a really nice, fine look. So
we have the inside story.
The inside scoop. So my mother was livid because Christmas pictures were about 2 days after that. So if you look at our family Christmas pictures that year, you'll see that I've got Mr. Clean sitting next to me, and it's my son. And then, of course, throughout the movie, he's wearing a hat.
But it works because he looks like a little European child or something that wears that kind of a hat.
So, from a realistic point of view, it's a really great story because there are obstacles that come up against us, and there are things that we don't see or things that are out of our control, and sometimes you just got to improvise. In fact, that's one of the lines that I share in the film is top achievers are never perfectionists, they're improvisers, and that's a great example of having to improvise.
That's really interesting. Let's talk about the movie. There are people that we know, and there are people that we don't know, which is really interesting because you took what would be like a regular person who people don't know and said, tell your story and how you achieved. And so anybody can do this is what you're getting at. So tell us what we have to look forward to, who we're going to see and what are the messages that we're going to get.
Sure. Well, I guess first of all, who you're going to see is we did bring back a lot of people that were featured in The Secret or other personal development films. For example, from The Secret, we've got obviously Jack Canfield, John DeMartini, Bob Doyle, Marcy Shimoff. Then who weren't featured in The Secret, people like Mark Victor Hansen we've got Bill Bartman. We've got a lot of these other really fascinating and great personal development leaders, Ed Tate, guys like this. But then I also, you're right, did want to bring in some fresh blood, some regular people that had done it in their own lives. We all have these great success stories. You know, everyone does. Everyone has the legacy that they're going to leave. And for some people, it may be dramatic, and it might be wealth, and it might be fame, and it might be very visible. But the thing to remember is that all of us start with these gifts. We all start with things inside of us that we can pursue and things that we can become. And they may not be visible, but they could be just as impactful for us.
So you have a fighter pilot.
Yes, an
Same
F-18
kind of
pilot.
dream.
That's
Yeah,
right. Same
and
kind of dream.
That's a great story. I mean, he says, you know, all these people that are wanting to do this. Oh, with the Top Gun movie
That's
coming
right.
out, which was a blessing and a curse at the same time.
That's true.
It's a great story, and he did it. So basically, he's saying you can do
Ed
it
Rush
too.
is such a nice guy. I mean, he's so honest and genuine that everyone just really resonates with him. He shares right away, not only was it, you know, his dream, but he was an average guy. It's really funny because he also talks about that he failed kindergarten. And he uses the line that, you know, what does it take to fail kindergarten? You basically got to, you know, learn how to stack blocks and not eat glue. But he failed. We all go through adversity, and there is a way to get through it. And there are ways to gain strength and learn and grow from these kind of things that make us ultimately better people. And that's a very important message that we hope gets across from you.
What's another message that you want everybody to have come across?
Well, I think really the biggest message I could probably leave someone with is that it really begins with a belief in yourself. You've got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you're worthy of whatever it is that your heart desires, and go for it. And go for it. And then, of course, when you get there, give back. And the more that we give, the more we get, and the more we ultimately become. You know, all our people work so hard for us in this film. You know, I really have to say that it was a joint effort from everybody and the inspiration from everybody. And I'm just so grateful for everyone on our team that they really made it what it is. Because by yourself, you know, a film is a collaboration. Any success in life is a collaboration, any big success. You know, I just really have to say with a grateful heart, we were blessed with some amazing people.
Wow. Well, obviously, with that attitude, of course, you got all the people you got. Of course, everybody is raving about it. And so we mentioned we were going to say what Opus is, and it means work.
Yes, it does. It means the work, and the plural is opera. But for me, opus means something more. It's not just work. It's not just work. It's really the work. What's the biggest you that you can become? What's the legacy that you'll leave? What is it that you gave back and made this place, planet Earth, better? What is it that you did? What's your opus, right? What will your opus be?
And that question is asked in the movie. Now this opus is complete, or at least the film of it. Now, where is it going? It's going to come out, and where do you see it going? What do you see it doing?
Well, I'd obviously like to take it around the world. We've got several locations where we're going, and we've got places booked. Really, my heartfelt effort is that it will really just touch the hearts of other people and encourage them to do the very best they can with everything they can. And you know, if people start thinking that way and elevating their thinking, this film will have been a success.
And it's quite exciting. It is truly an honor to be sitting here with you talking about this movie. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we close?
You know what? I'm going to give you an inside scoop of something that's coming.
Okay.
Something that's coming, and you'll be the very first person to hear about this.
All right, it'll be our pleasure.
People have asked me, now that you've done the Opus, what's next for you? What are you going to do next? The thing I'm most excited about, we've got another movie that's coming out for spring 2009 called The Gratitude Experiment.
Really?
Really. And what we're doing is we're taking, obviously, these new age leaders that people are talking about right now, you know, people that are championing the cause of having gratitude, and it makes a difference and it attracts the right thing, and we're putting them head to head with the scientific community to see if there is such a real thing as the effect of gratitude.
Wow.
And of course, we've got a variety of test groups that we're bringing through this film, including, you know, a relationship challenge to see if gratitude can turn that around. A person with their business to see if gratitude can take them to the next level. A student in school to see if gratitude can change their marks.
Wow.
And we needed a non-biased test group that couldn't really be influenced by either party's thought. So we've got a Little League soccer team, a small group of kids that are going to learn how to play soccer, not by the various skills that we're going to coach them on, but to learn how to play with gratitude and see if that makes a difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the wave of the future.
Indeed.
We know what's going to happen.
I think I know too, but I'm so excited about it. And we've just finished shooting some trailers for it. It's going to be going onto the internet fairly soon, but you've got the exclusive on that
Well,
one.
I am
so.
grateful for that, and I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. This has been a pleasure.
Very fun.
Thank you so much. This has been Life Changes with Filippo, and we've been talking to Doug, the producer, director, and one of the featured speakers in the Opus. Catch it at the movie theater, or catch it or buy it and watch it at home. You'll enjoy it.